and the heavens have opened up, and I think that's going to be our day in Anuradhapura. But we have seen some wonderful sights here. This is spectacular. I would say to anybody, if you're doing a trip clockwise or anti-clockwise around Sri Lanka, Anuradhapura, come and have a look at it. I thought I was just entering a large pagoda complex, but as soon as you walk in, barefooted, you discover this isn't a tourist attraction, this is a pilgrimage. And Anuradhapura surprised us.
We started in the chaos of Colombo, the capital, then the tranquility of Wulpatu National Park, searching for those elusive leopards. But Anuradhapura changed everything. It started to show us the heartbeat and soul of Sri Lanka.
So this is Ruwenweli Maha, and this is a very touristy pagoda. It's very busy, there's a lot of people here, but it's massive. This has the largest collection of Buddha's relics inside it.
And this, it's just a typical day. It's one of those sacred places where you can just sit back and watch belief, devotion, and spirituality.
There's a few grey langur here, same as what we saw in Wulpatu National Park. It's shoes off. So it rained today, I've got no socks on, but it is recommended to have socks.
For when the sun heats up the path.
So this looks like another red brick stupa. And interesting on this one is the last one we saw. Sri Lanka is going to the trouble of putting in accessibility ramps so that everybody can come and have a look at this. And if you wonder why it costs $30 US, everywhere we've been there's maintenance and restoration going on. There's a number of options you can look at when you want to come to the ancient city. You can get a tuk-tuk like we have today. You know, that cost us 20 Australian. You can rent a bike. I did that on the first day when I was doing some drone shots. That cost $7.50 Australian. And also you can walk around, but it is quite expansive. Like the roadway goes for about 10 kilometres and it's quite hot. So weigh up your options. I think the tuk-tuk's the easiest way, but if you like getting around on a bike, that's probably another good option. And there are plenty of rental places here to get those push bikes. I've just put my body side onto the stupa. There is signage that says do not put your back to the stupa and film yourself, mainly for selfies and that type of thing. So I'm trying not to be disrespectful and just go side on while I'm talking. But this is definitely the red brick. You can see how it's been weathered over thousands of years probably. There's a sign on there that says 2004 with a bit of a mark in it, so I'd say there would have been some earth movement at that time. That's my guess. Excuse me, sir. Camera okay? Okay, thank you. Just thought I'd check if it was okay to bring a camera in here. So inside this building we have the lying Buddha. Inside the hall there's a lot of depictions of the structure and life around the stupas. And just like today, you can see back in 1153, renovations. If you've ever built a house, they're always happening. For me so far, I know a lot of people say it's expensive to come in here, but this is my, the trip to Sri Lanka. I think sometimes you've got to pay that dollar if you want to see it. It's not a $2 attraction. It's a UNESCO World Heritage site. I can respect that. Okay, let's get back in the tuk-tuk and head to the next one. Directly behind the museum, there's an old brick stupa. I have no idea how to pronounce it. I'm going to put that down below, and I'm probably going to have that with a few of the stupas here. There's a bit of a display inside. So my notes say that this is the largest stupa in Sri Lanka, possibly the world, but I think it is definitely in Sri Lanka. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. It's a little bit breezy today. There was a bit of rain this morning. It's overcast, but it's probably the perfect weather to be walking around. That dry heat that we've had all this week has dropped. It's actually quite nice. One thing they say about the ancient city, it is a working archaeological site. You'll see people working, digging. There's still a lot of relics around that have been undiscovered. But this is a very impressive stupa to start off a tour of Anuradhapura. So just so you know, right at the beginning, I hired a tuk-tuk today. I paid the driver 4,000 Sri Lankan rupiah, which is roughly about $20 Australian.
The size and scale of the twin bathing pools of Kuttam Pokuna is something to see.
And I can imagine what these would be like right now with this heat. It's about 38 degrees. Be a nice little swimming place. But I doubt the likes of my type would be allowed to swim here. Back in its day, I don't know, was it for everybody or was it just for the elite? It looks quite impressive. So this is the second of the bathing pools. This one's at the rear and it's in a much better condition. Just looking at it, the rock work is, or whatever this is made of, it just looks like rock. It's a very good condition. Bit green, stagnant water. But this is quite impressive. You can see what this would be like in its day. There's a couple of turtles swimming around. But this is very nice. I can see a couple of looks like Ganesha, Hindu relics up on the, or Hindu carvings up on the top. This is very good. I wonder how many other people have walked down these steps. One thing I did notice as well, it's got a bit of an old, ancient draining system here. So any water from the outside collects into here and then fills the bathing pool through that spout. Modern technology. Also, it works from outside. There's ones from the ground outside that collect the water to run off into the bathing pool. If you do come to the ancient city, definitely come and have a look at the bathing pools. They're quite remarkable. So we've just got to the Samadhi Buddha. We're just getting our tickets checked. One thing you will have to do is carry that ticket with you. Every checkpoint, every place you go into, it's getting some type of signature on there, some type of inscription. They get used once and they're only available for one day. So this is the Samadhi Buddha, and it's the Buddha sitting in the position of the first enlightenment. It's actually very nice here. If your ticket lasted longer, if you could have a couple of days here, you could wander around, look at the parks, there's bird life. There's a lot more than just stumpas and statues. Stumpa. There's a lot more. There's a lot more than just stupas and statues. The parkland's great here, isn't it?
It's just lovely. Like, it's really serene, I suppose.
Like the bushland and all that.
Yeah.
Like, I look at it, if it was back home, you'd have tables and chairs for sitting
Well,
and
we did
enjoying
see
the
as
day.
we drove into one of them, I think just outside the paid area, there were families picnicking and there was a few little stalls that you could buy king coconuts and food. A lovely place for a day. It is a shame that to get into these outer areas, or to the outer areas, that you only have one day's ticket entry, because you could easily spend a few days, like you said, cycling around, enjoying the nature, enjoying the scenery, without going up to the actual monuments and things.
I suppose that makes a difference for locals where it is very cheap.
Yeah, of
they
course,
can
yeah,
come in and
they
enjoy
can
their own culture and
spend the
history.
weekends and yeah.
So we're just walking on a trail that apparently leads to the elephant ponds and also what is called, or what is known as, the Moonstone. So this one's large. This is 5, 6, 7, 8 Olympic-sized pools, probably more, known as the elephant pool.
That's pretty cool, that one. I think this is one that a guide that speaks your language would actually be really helpful.
So there's a walkway through here. There's another little one. Hello. It takes you past all the monkeys. And I think it takes you up to the Moonstone. And I was just saying to Lynn, this is probably one of those things where we've got a tuk-tuk driver, but to actually pay for a guide to walk you through the ancient city would be well worth it. There's a lot of things we're looking at going, I wonder what that is, I wonder what this is. But if you had a knowledgeable guide, I think it would be a huge experience coming through here. It's great just walking through ourselves, but I think it would be great, or even better, having a knowledgeable archaeologist, guide, someone that knows exactly what is going on here, because this place is huge. There's a lot of sites, and even things like the elephant pond. Was there elephants in it, or is it bathing, or is it monks? What's the story behind it? There's a lot. I'm going to go away with a lot more questions that I'm going to need answered. A bit of research. So I've just entered the Moonstone area. This one is meant to be the most artistic in Sri Lanka. This big white stupa is Lankaramaya stupa. It is good to have these mats here so you don't get hot feet. You don't have to walk into the sand as well.
Yeah.
So from what I've read, this stupa was built by a king to honour his queen, and it has a number of pillars all around it in 3 different layers. This stupa is the Thupawansaya stupa. It's quite grand. It's a large white stupa, has those columns around it again. We've been travelling around for a while, and one of the things we wanted to see in Sri Lanka was the Bodhi tree, Sri Bodhi. I think it's Sri Bodhi Maha. My pronunciations aren't the best, but giving it a shot. But really want to see these cultural sites. Yeah, there's Sigiriya and there's the beaches, but one of the big things about Sri Lanka is the history, the ancient history, the culture,